All right, today we're going to talk about how to write a research paper. First off, what is a research paper? The technical definition is a research paper is a substantial piece of academic writing, usually done as a requirement for a class, in which the author does independent research into a topic and writes a descriptions of the findings of that research. So essentially what you're going to want to do is select a topic, find research, find information on that topic, and combine that with some of your own knowledge. Research papers are really important. This is a skill you all want to know how to complete, because in order to graduate high school, you're going to have to do the senior project, which requires 8 to 10 page research paper. And then moving forward in college, you're going to need to understand the research paper writing process. You're going to need to understand how to properly research for certain topics, how to put together a high-level writing piece. So understanding how to do a research paper is a skill that's going to last. It's going to serve you in high school, and then also it's going to serve you in college as well, and then moving forward just in life in general. It's a great skill to have. It's also known as a formal written report that includes research findings and students' own ideas. So basically that's what I just said. Research papers are all about organizing your own ideas in a linear, understandable format. So you want to make it understandable. You want to summarize the topic that you're researching. You want to provide evidence that supports your own ideas as well. How do I write a research paper? First off, you want to choose a topic that interests you. If you choose a topic that interests you, you're going to be more enthusiastic, more energetic, probably put more effort towards your research paper. The more interested you are in your topic, the better your paper is likely going to be. You know, we're going to do a paper on career pathways here, so if you want to become a cop, don't pick a research paper that talks about being a janitor. You want to keep it in line with what you want to do. It's going to make you more excited about the paper. You're going to be more into it. Also, you want to select a subject you can manage. Avoid subjects that are too learned or too specialized, and then also avoid topics that have a very narrow range of source materials. So avoid a topic that's not going to have a lot of information. You want to pick a topic that you're going to be able to find research easily on Google, in the library, from all kinds of sources. So you want to really make sure your topic is appropriate, and you can find enough research, but yet it's also specialized, so it's unique. The topic for the paper that we're going to do is on career pathways. So when you're researching, or when you're picking your topic, you want to consider some of the following questions. What type of career do you want? What are the job trends, or what's your area of interest? What type of education will you need? What is the salary? What's the schedule like? After college, what type of career is this going to be? Will you have to relocate? Do you have room for advancement? This is just an example of the brainstorming aspect that goes into writing a research paper. You want to think about all these things. You want to write them down. You want to synthesize the information you have, and then you want to move forward and start to write your paper. But these types of questions are the types of things that you really need to focus on when you're writing or when you're generating a paper. You want to write down what your information is, and you want to think about it, analyze the information, and then put together a paper. So for this career pathways paper, these are some of the questions that you might ask yourself. And then you guys can do that on your own and jot down your answers, and then it makes things easier moving forward. How to research. We all know how to use the internet. Surfing the net is great. Using Google and websites that will provide concrete, reliable information on your topic of interest. So, you want to use credible websites that are going to provide valuable information for your topic. So if you're researching becoming a firefighter, maybe search San Mateo or Walnut Creek Fire Department and find some information on the salary, on the schedule, on the benefits. for firefighting in that area. That's just an example of something you might do. If you want to become a teacher, you know, research the requirements needed to do that. You know, and then you want to speak with some people that are knowledgeable on your topic. So you might want to go volunteer, you know, if you're trying to be a cop, go volunteer down in Walnut Creek Police Department and see what a day is like, or talk to people that are informed on what you want to do. That really can open your eyes to what the career might be like, to what life might be like in that occupation, and to if you might even enjoy it. I know from personal experience, I had no clue what I wanted to do, and then I volunteered in some classrooms, and I thought, hey, this is pretty cool. I might like doing this. I love the schedule. I like the time off, you know. The pay's not great, but the lifestyle is, and so that's something that I went for. And that's something you guys all want to think about. You know, think about what you might want to do, and then go volunteer or talk to people or get information or research the job, and then you can develop, you know, a paper, and then you can develop an idea of if it's something you might actually want to do. Because if you never try it, you don't know if you're going to like it or not. So it's really important you speak to people about a possible career, and then you also understand what the career entails. And then also you can, another way to research obviously is you can check out or print materials at the library. Library books, encyclopedias, all those types of things are very helpful to the research aspect of a research paper. Here's just some career information sources that you guys might be able to go to guide yourself on learning more about your possible job. Here we have an employment projections website, which will kind of project how many opportunities there will be for certain jobs in the future. So the first thing you're going to want to do in writing the paper is you want to state your thesis. So you're going to want to do some critical thinking and write your thesis statement down in one sentence. Your thesis is basically your declaration of your belief. The main portion of your essay will consist of arguments to support and defend this belief. So down here at the bottom, you guys all see I've written down an example thesis, and it goes, with the skills and abilities I exhibit, the medical field is the career path I am interested in pursuing. So for your research paper, you want to write down why you're going to do what you might do. So with the skills and abilities I exhibit, the medical field is what I'm interested in pursuing. So you're going to write that thesis, and then everything else following that thesis will be to support your claim. You know, so for me, maybe it was with the knowledge that I have and with my experience in volunteering and visiting classrooms, teaching was the career pathway that I would pursue, and then I would go on to explain why and give reasoning and give research as to why that's something that I was interested in. And then after your thesis, you're going to want to make a tentative outline or an outline. You know, the purpose of an outline is to help you think through your topic carefully and organize it logically before you start writing. So you're going to want to include the introduction, you're going to want to include the body, and also a conclusion. Your introduction is basically going to be your thesis and your purpose. You're going to want to state those clearly. The thesis is what we just talked about. And your purpose is basically what is the chief reason for this paper. So you're going to want to explain briefly the major points and why readers should be interested in your topic. So after you state your thesis, you're going to want to state your purpose and then why readers should be interested in your purpose and also your topic. So in this case, you're going to say, I'm doing my paper on career pathways. That's the purpose of this paper, and people should be interested in this because, you know, this is what I'm going to do for my occupation forever, pretty much. And then your body, you're going to present your arguments to support your thesis statement. So in your body, you're going to explain why you're going to do teaching or why you're going to become a cop. What skills do you possess? Why do you think it's a great job? What lifestyle are you trying to live? Does it fit in with that salary-wise, that sort of thing? And remember, you're going to want to find 3 supporting arguments for each position. And your conclusion, you're going to restate your thesis summarize your argument and also explain why you have come to this particular conclusion. So, basically you're going to summarize everything in your paper in your conclusion. Why are you going to be a cop? Boom, boom, boom. These are the reasons why. This is the supporting evidence. This is the lifestyle that I want to live. This is where I want to live. I don't have to relocate. I've read all kinds of sources and they say this is a great job, and I've talked to people down at the police station and they say they love it and it's a great place to work and this particular environment suits me because this reason. And your conclusion, you're going to take all that information and summarize it and restate your thesis, restate your purpose, and then conclude it. Some general guidelines for your paper. Type your paper on a computer and print it out on a standard piece of paper. Double space your text. Leave only one space after periods. You guys can all take notes on this. These are basically the requirements for the paper. Set your margins of your document to 1 inch on all sides. Indent the first line of paragraphs 1/2 inch from the left margin. Just all the guidelines for grammar and punctuation, and you guys can copy this down later. Step 6, first thing you're going to do is you're going to come up with your rough draft. Probably going to do that on your own. Summarize, paraphrase, or quote directly for each idea you plan to use. Use note cards or sheets of lined paper. Mark each card with your outline code. So basically you're going to type up your first draft, and then after that we'll go into the editing phase where you're going to have a peer, a teacher, or a parent read your paper, give you some feedback. It's really important that we have other people look at our paper objectively and give us some tips and advice. Sometimes if you try to go and edit your paper on your own, you're not going to find some of the mistakes that someone else would. And take your time. Do not rush the research paper. A solid research paper takes time. It takes time to find the right research. It takes time to synthesize the information and put together something that you're proud of. Don't rush it. Also, you want to enjoy the process, and that goes along with picking a topic that you're really interested in. You're probably going to enjoy the process a lot more if you do that. So make sure you pick a career that you're going to actually be into. Like I said before, it could serve as an eye-opening experience for you. You could actually do a lot of research, go volunteer, and really be excited about doing whatever job you have picked out. And without doing the research, without volunteering, without putting together a paper, you might not know if that's something you actually want to do. So it could really serve as a great experience for you. So take it serious. And your last thing you're going to do, step 8, is type your final paper. All these need to be typed and printed. Make sure you follow the rubric. Make sure you follow the guidelines, because that's how you're going to be able to get the maximum points on this assignment. Also, your essay will be evaluated and know what's expected, like I said. And make the strong effort to ensure that your final paper is clean, tidy, neat, and attractive. Basically, make sure there's not any glaring errors or glaring weaknesses. Make sure it's on point with the grammar. Make sure it's on point with the APA format and all that stuff. And you're going to want to have your final paper ready a day or two before the deadline. This gives you time to make any final tweaks, final changes, have that last minute teacher make a few edits so you can go back and correct it. Overall, guys, I think we've gone over a good general guideline on how to write a research paper. Like I said before, this is really going to serve you in your future. It's really going to serve you when you guys are all seniors and you're putting together your research paper for your senior project. It's going to serve you in college, and it's going to serve you after college, maybe if you do a job that has to do with writing or whatever you end up doing. It's just writing skills that are great to have, that you can take with you in your toolkit moving forward. And that's it for the day. Now you guys can go ahead and start up putting together your rough draft for your career pathway essay.